안녕하세요. 쌤입니다. 2월 8일 월요일부터 4일간의 뉴스 천천히 읽어볼게요. Number one, Korea recorded the second highest economic growth rate among OECD members in the first quarter, driven by a booming semiconductor sector. Number two, the Korean won weakened sharply against the dollar in the second quarter, according to the central bank, pushing the average exchange rate to its highest level since the 1998 Asian financial crisis. Number three, a UN Food and Agriculture Organization report reveals that global meat supply has quadrupled over the last 6 decades, nearly doubling per capita consumption to 47 kilograms, and significantly exacerbating global environmental burdens. Number four, a Nepali guide miraculously survived 6 days lost on Mount Everest by chewing ice and eating a few pieces of chocolate before sliding down the mountain toward the base camp. Five, a critical air leak in the Russian segment of the International Space Station forced five astronauts to take emergency shelter after NASA interceded to hold a controversial repair attempt involving a saw, allowing the crew to safely return to station once operations were paused. 자, 화요일 가볼까요? Tuesday, number one. The National Museum of Korea logged over 3.2 million visitors from January to May, marking a 45% year-over-year surge that puts the institution on pace to shatter its annual attendance record and potentially top 7 million total visitors. Number two, Korean ballet dancer Sung Jae-seung has been awarded the coveted Jane Arco Grand Prix, taking home the highest honor at the 10th Helsinki International Ballet Competition. Three, the International Air Transport Association has slashed its 2026 global airline industry net profit, forecasted by nearly half to $23 billion, citing a severe profitability decline driven by skyrocketing jet fuel prices amid the prolonged Iran war. Four, China has announced that development is underway to establish the world's largest ground-based astronomical observatory on the Tibetan Plateau, um, Tibetan Plateau, with a massive facility targeted for completion by the mid-2030s. Five, a former British soldier who discovered a Roman era gold ring in a mud flat in 2017 has seen his find, known as the um, Ilminster ring. Ilminster ring, yes, dated back to around 297 AD and valued at approximately 150 million won. 네, 그 다음 볼까요? 자, 우리 수요일 볼까요? Number one. The Korean economy grew at the fastest pace in more than 5 years during the January to March period, with quarterly GDP growth expanding 1.8%, driven by strong semiconductor exports and facility investment. Number two. Stanford Number two, Stanford University has launched an open enrollment 6-week online course titled The K-pop and the Global Stage, analyzing how the genre evolved into a dominant 21st century global cultural force. Three, a major UN report compiled over 5 years by 600 international scientists has warned that the world oceans are in a deepening crisis, demanding urgent global action due to the mounting toll of climate change, pollution, and overfishing. Number four, after 144 years in the making, Barcelona's Sagrada Familia is finally shedding its construction cranes with the inauguration of the Basilica set to take place today, marking 100 years to the day since the death of the church's architect, Antoni Gaudi. Five, a supercomputer simulation conducted by British researchers has named Argentina as the most likely champion of the 2026 World Cup in North and Central America. 오케이. 자, 우리 그러면 마지막 금요일 가볼까요? 아이고. 네, 금요일. 목요일이죠. 참 죄송해요. 목요일. 자, 목요일까지만 합니다. Number one, Korea's employed population aged 70 and older surpassed 2 million for the first time in 2025, highlighting the impact of population aging and growing dependence on senior workers. Two, after 4 years of anticipation, the 2026 FIFA World Cup begins in Mexico on Thursday, making history with 3 host nations and kicking off with the first of 3 opening ceremonies in the Mexican capital, headlined by a Grammy-winning singer Shakira인가요? 네. 자, number 3. Record-breaking heat waves and severe droughts around the world have fueled the so-called climate flotation by disrupting global supplies of cocoa, coffee, and olive oil and causing their prices to fluctuate widely. And economists now warn that the fallout from the Iran war could trigger an even more severe inflationary crisis this year. Or a report on the UK's higher education sector reveals that more than a quarter of people graduating with degrees, including sociology and performing arts, are earning less than the national living wage. Number 5. A former Air Canada pilot is facing multiple fraud charges after allegedly using forged credentials to fly commercial aircraft as a captain for 17 years without the required airline transport pilot license. So that's it for today. 자, 오늘 여기까지고요. 목요일까지입니다. 최순우 선생님의 모닝 스페셜 많이 사랑해 주시고요. 영어 천천히 뉴스 듣고 싶은 분들 에게 도움되는 녹음이었으면 좋았겠습니다. 천천히 여기 스크립트 보시고요. 첨부 파일 다운받으실 수도 있고 여기 클릭하시면 다시 들으실 수도 있어요. 그리고 유튜브에 일주일 몰아서 듣는 것도 있거든요. 다양한 하루마다 또는 일주일마다 올려주시니까 활용하시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 네, 여러분의 영어 공부에 많은 도움 되시길 바라요. 감사합니다.